All right, guys, we putting out a late one today. So, Gary Russell Jr. speaking on Devin Haney. He said he'll fight Devin Haney for $2 million. Now, is this a fair offer right here? Is this a fair request? Well, I looked up Gary Russell to see how much he made per fight. His highest pay was 1.4 mil against Jojo Diaz, and then in his last fight, he made $1 million. So his stock value kind of went down. It declined. However, with him coming up in weight, already making 1.4, I would say a fair deal to him would probably be around like 1.7-ish. 1.7, 1.8. I think that should be a counteroffer if Devin Haney really wants it. I don't think $2 million per se is pricing himself out of a fight, being that he has made 1.4. So this being a bigger fight, bigger name, bigger opponent, all the way around is bigger. I could understand $2 million. I could understand it. Now I know people are going to argue, well, what do you mean? He was going to go after Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is like arguably pound for pound best. He only wanted 1.5 for him. Why does he get $2 mil for Devin Haney? Well, here's the thing. Gary said it's personal. How true that is, I don't know. But it goes like this. If Devin Haney really wants him, like I said, I think a fair offer is 1.7, 1.8. You know, that gives him $300,000 to $400,000 more than he's ever made because he's coming up. Let him go up there. I don't think Devin Haney, who's he fighting? I can't think of who he's fighting right now. I know Luke Campbell is fighting Ryan Garcia. So I don't think Devin has an opponent right now. So if he wants to fight Gary Russell, let him fight Gary Russell. Give him 1.7, 1.8. If Gary doesn't take 1.7, 1.8, then he really doesn't want the fight. Gary also claimed that they were calling Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn will not pick up the phone. I highly doubt that because Eddie Hearn is a businessman first, and if he thinks it can make dollars, he's definitely going to exploit it like a good businessman should. So I don't fully agree with or believe Gary in that aspect. I'm not saying Gary's a liar. I don't know him personally, but I don't think he's calling Eddie because I don't think Eddie would avoid phone calls. Now, before I end this, he also talked about Tank Davis. He said that he's called Tank Davis every name that you could call him, and Tank has never said nothing back against him other than Gary's just too small. So I would say that I was looking for Gary to fight Tank once upon a time ago, but I don't know. Tank has gotten really big and he hits really hard. I don't know if Gary could take it. Gary is extremely skilled. He has no losses on his record outside of Lomachenko. Lomachenko, again, coming back to the Bud thing, you could argue is the pound for pound best right now. So there's no shame in him losing to a pound for pound number 1 or 2 guy. And that's the only person he's lost to. So, I mean, realistically, we don't know how good or bad Gary Russell is because that's his only big fight he's ever been in. It always seems like nobody wants to fight him. It always seems like he's barking, but nobody wants to test his bite. So I don't know. Devin Haney, if you're out there and you really, really want to smoke with him, go ahead and get on the phone. Call him. Get Eddie to call him. It's not hard. It's not hard. Will Heyman, PBC, do business with Matchroom or DAZN? I don't know. I don't even know because I would highly doubt that fight would be on Fox. It would definitely be on DAZN. It would have to be because the more money is going to be coming from Devin Haney's side. So I don't know logistically how that gets worked out, but I think it's a good fight. And I do not think $2 million is outpricing himself, but I do think it's on the steep end, and it's highly unlikely somebody would pay him $2 million. So if Gary Russell really wants to go up in weight, and we're not talking about we're not really talking about going up that much. This isn't Crawford. This is Devin Haney, a lightweight. Go ahead and test your nuts with Devin. Test your nuts. Go ahead and test them. If that's what you really want. And at the end of the day, I will say this. If you were willing to take 1.5 for Bud, who is the much harder fight, then take 1.5 for Devin. If you beat Devin, then hey, maybe somebody will actually believe that you can beat Bud. But right now, nobody believes you stand a chance. Nobody believes that you can get in there with him. Nobody. If you go in there, you beat up Devin really badly, then maybe some people might have faith in you. But right now, I don't even know if that fight will sell, Gary. I don't want to watch Bud dismantle you because I know he's going to beat your ass. And I like you. I like you as a fighter. I think you're a good fighter, but Bud going to whoop your ass. Like, it's not even realistic. Like, you will get in there and if you will be begging and pleading Bud to knock you out. You will hope Bud knocks you out because if Bud doesn't knock you out, he is going to punish you for 12 rounds straight. It's not going to be a fight, dude. You're too small. It is what it is. But anyways, let me know what y'all think. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Dislike, give it a thumbs down. If you really like the video, subscribe to my channel because that is what helps me out the most. And when you sub to my channel, hit that notification bell. That way you can get updated when I drop the newest content like this, especially when I drop it so late at night like this.